Hello everyone. This is an educational video regarding a very important date, 5 days before Chris Watts annihilated his family. But first, I want to mention theft of my content and expertise are not allowed. Plagiarism of my original content is not allowed. I will only grant you access to use my ideas if you mention my channel name. Choose your actions wisely. Geneva fam. This is Chris Watts' photo on his phone. I believe it's from his work phone. Now, I'm going to start with a few important things first before we get on with the main date I spoke about at the beginning of the video. And it's pretty crucial to what I'm going to be explaining later on. September 1st, 2017, Nichol Kessinger searched the internet for the name Shanann Watts. This is not a typo, and I'll show you why now. This is also in the discovery. And the officer noted I did locate names searches for Chris Watts dated back to August 3rd, 2017. And Shanann's was dated back to January 7th, 2018. But also the one before from September 1st. Because as you could see, she searched for Chris Watts about a month before she searched for Shanann's in 2017. So I have it pointed out there for you, August 3rd, 2017, and then Shanann's, Chris Watts and Shanann Watts. Now, being Nichol Kessinger looked them up on these dates and what her motive was to eventually possibly get with Chris Watts. It says here, Chris has never mentioned Shanann was pregnant in any of the conversations with Nichol. He lied to her because she would have never wasted her time on him in the first place. So she's kind of contradicting herself here by saying that she wouldn't have wasted her time, but really she's the one that sought him out a year prior to these murders. And once again, says she doesn't want to waste her time if she knew Shanann was pregnant, but she sought him out in 2017. So we all know how Nichol Kessinger had told, I believe it was Kobach, CBI, about texting Chris and talking to Chris while he was in North Carolina to try to fix his marriage with Shanann. She really wanted him to fix the marriage. Okay, so while she's supposedly telling him this, on August 4th, she's searching for wedding dresses. Yes, so supposedly, while she's telling him to fix his marriage, she's searching for wedding dresses. So clearly, they have already talked to each other about possibly getting married. Now, this is where the important date starts to come in, and I'll give you all the information on this. The Wednesday, August 8th, 2018. This is 5 days before he murdered his family. So Nichol here in the discovery says when he came back from North Carolina, Nichol saw him a few times. Let's think about that. What does a few mean? A few means 3, okay? A couple means 2. So that's 3. But she's saying here she saw him last Wednesday, which would be August 8th, the 5 days before the murders, and this Saturday, August 11, 2018, which was their last date to the lazy dog. And she's also stating that he wanted to see her more, but she wanted her space. And again, Wednesday, he came to her house. So she's sitting here looking up wedding dresses. He's visiting her the day after he gets home from North Carolina, but she wanted her space. This is just a decoy, okay? And here is from the discovery where Chris got back on August 7th, back home from North Carolina, and his work had connected to their router. And then August 8th, he returned to work. And here again, pointing out the day after he returned home, he visited Nichol Wednesday, August 8th. Now, this is from the discovery, but it is evidence from Chris's phone showing that he was on August 8th, 2018, in North Glen, Colorado. And Nichol Kessinger lives in North Glen, Colorado. He lives in the Erie area. The Rogan, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, is his work area. That's where the oil fields are there. And Platteville is where his actual Anadarko office is. Now I'm showing you this map because this is the from another video I made, the ping video, Nichole's ping video that morning. This is her normal route to go to work, okay? So you see it going from Thornton, North Glen, up to Platteville to the work. So she's taking the Brighton to Fort Lupton, back down to her area where she lives. And here again, just to show you an outline of their cities. This is the morning of the murders where Nichole's phone had pinged in Frederick area at 6:16 in the morning. And then she shot over to Platteville where their office was. She went down to Fort Lupton, to Brighton, back to North Glen where she lives. So now that we know Chris called Nichol at 2:48 p.m. in the afternoon, here Chris made an unspecified modification to Shanann's contact information in his work phone. This is 3 p.m., so almost a half an hour after he had called her. So by that time, I'm assuming maybe he should have been to Nichole's house at that time. The reason I find that modification to his work phone about Shanann is significant because Shanann has texted, on that same day, he's never called me Shanann till this week. So maybe he had her name under baby or honey or lover or something like that, some kind of pet name. But now he probably, the unspecified modification to his phone, he probably put in there Shanann or possibly something worse. Okay, so we know Chris called Nichol when he was on his way to her house at 2:48 p.m. Not sure how long he spent at her house, but here, as you see, at 7:25 p.m., Kessinger searched Google on topics related to marrying your mistress. Now, that signifies to me that they have had this conversation about getting married once again, because here she is already looking up wedding dresses, and now she's searching this topic related to getting married to him. So that happened at 7:25. So clearly, I'm assuming that he was not at her house during this time, because I can't imagine her wanting to Google this type of information while he was present with her. So once again, assuming Chris is gone at this point, so he leaves, she's looking up marrying your mistress at 7:25 p.m., 7:26 p.m. Who is she talking to? Jim. For 17 minutes. So let's think. They're really good friends, could be in cahoots with the whole plan of everything, or she could be just bragging about her and Chris getting married. Let's just throw it that way for a second. She's excited. She's like, oh, we're going to get married soon. I've already picked out my wedding dress. Blah, blah, blah. Now, Directly after Jim's call, she's speaking to, at 8:03 p.m., after talking to Jim for the 17 minutes, she's talking to Barbara, which is Nichole's mother. She's talking to her mother for 23 minutes. She could be also bragging about the whole marriage situation with Chris. Okay, so we know Nichol has looked up wedding dresses, talked about marriage possibly, talked to Jim and her mother probably about getting married and the excitement she has for this. So directly after that, Shanann speaks to Nichol Atkinson, even though here it says Uthoff because that is her maiden name, I believe, and her friend Cassie at 9:54 p.m., and he said we are not compatible anymore. He refused to hug me. He said he thought another baby would fix his feelings. He said he refused couples counseling. Now, this is a big moment because Chris just went over to her house. This is a big moment. Poor Shanann has no clue what had just happened. They're talking about marriage. She's confused on why her husband is not loving on her anymore. Now, this is the same time frame of talking Shanann had said. He said he had a lot of time to reflect on his feelings, meaning that the 5 weeks he was away from Shanann when she was in North Carolina, he spent that entire time with Nichol Kessinger. So that's reflecting his feelings, so to say, his excuse. And he said he's going to work it out. This is significant. He's going to work it out. But she doesn't know how when he won't agree to counseling. Her friend offered support and suggestions to work this out. Now, this is Shanann's Facebook post on August 8th, explaining all of the things that she's done through the day, and it's just 12 o'clock noon. So this is right before all of this madness went down, before Chris went to see Nichol, before the whole marrying your mistress, and before he told her that he wasn't compatible with her anymore. And this is also from the Discovery on August 8th. Chris had told them, he told Shanann he didn't think that they needed to go to counseling. He felt like anything they needed to say to each other, they could just say, which he didn't because he's a coward. And friends are trying to get them to go to counseling. And he felt disconnected from Shanann and didn't feel like counseling was going to help. He was disconnected because he was having an affair. Now, still on August 8th, these text messages were sent. Shanann had told Nichol Atkinson, I need happy news. Can you tell me the sex, please? And one of her friends asked, is there someone else? Referring to Chris. And she says, he says no. Another piece from the Discovery, August 8th at 7:24 in the morning. Shanann asked, or her friend asked her if they were doing any better. She replied, no, it's so bad, I don't know what to do. He told me he doesn't want this baby, and he's happy with just Bella and Celeste. But in reality, we know he's not. That's another lie. He thought he wanted another one. I am so sick to my stomach. I tried to have sex with him last night just to see if that would help him, and he rejected me. Shanann said she hasn't cried this hard ever. Shanann added, he said he feels there's lack of communication and it's not from me. So basically he's saying that his lack of communication is from his side. So she said, I sent him 12 texts over the month begging him to talk to me. So she tried. He did not because he's having an affair. He fell asleep at 7 to 8 p.m., which is a lie. That's what he told her because he was staying the night over at Nichol's house. Shanann told Sarah, I tried talking to him after rejection last night, and me crying for an hour alone on the couch. He slept. I kicked his sorry ass out of bed, and I refused to sleep on the couch anymore this week. I told him this morning not to come home today, and if he can't tell me the damn truth on what the hell is wrong. Now, another reason this date, August 8th, is very critical is because they were having their ultrasound that night to find out the sex of the baby. Even though they didn't want to know what it was, they were going to have a gender reveal party that following Saturday, the weekend after their deaths. So Shanann says, we're supposed to go to an ultrasound tonight, and he doesn't want the baby. He'd abort if I said it was okay. And then she says, he said he's not having an affair. Shanann is certain of this, and Shanann replied, honestly, no. But what else would make him do a complete 360? We couldn't get enough of each other before I left. So she did mention somewhere that they were having sex like jackrabbits before she had left. I mean, she's pregnant, and of course he's a man, so her hormones were crazy, and he allowed that. Obviously, they said that they had sex in the pantry, in the kitchen pantry, while the girls were playing somewhere, because that's how much they craved each other at that point. So they were going at it, and then all of a sudden she leaves, Nichol pops up, now they're going at it. So here it is again, proof that she did have her ultrasound on August 8th, 2018. And they're finding out the sex of their third child, and it was a boy, Nichol. So on 8/9, which is the day after their ultrasound, Shanann tells her friend Addie that Chris went to the appointment. So it must have been right before he had left Nichole's house. So he leaves Nichole's house after probably getting one in, and he goes to the appointment with Shanann to check out the baby's ultrasound. And she says, but he's cold, and says she has no idea what had happened. Now she sits here and explains everything that she had told to Addie, including the crying, the canceling of the gender reveal, how they were in love before she left for North Carolina, and now he's not. Shanann said that she grabbed Chris's hand during the ultrasound, and he did not grab back. So then at the bottom here, Shanann states that Chris is okay with going with her for the weekend trip, the weekend after the murder. And then 30 minutes later, he deletes his Facebook account. So Wednesday was the ultrasound date. All this crap happens with Nichol, the ultrasound, and now the day after that, Chris deletes his Facebook account. Now this is something else significant, and that he told Shanann, this is through text, that she's saying to one of her friends, he said he will work it out. How do you work that out? She says. This is exactly what Chris meant by he's going to work this out. He's probably the only murderer I've ever heard of to give a sign like this. Okay, and then he sends this. Chris takes this picture. And sends it to Shanann. Shanann thinks it's funny and posts it on Facebook. I don't know what to think about this. Some people are worried. Some people find it funny, including her and his family. Also, being Chris took this picture, wrapped this doll up like this, because we know the girls did not do that, and he miraculously does not remember if Bella did it or not during the interrogation when his dad asked him. I find it weird that he put a pillow underneath the legs. This is significant because Shanann might sleep with a pillow under her legs or in between her legs. So here he's signifying that this is her. This is her future. I, for one, sleep like this. I sleep with a pillow underneath my legs and in between my legs because I have a weird pet peeve of my legs touching each other when I'm sleeping. So this could be possible for her, especially when I was pregnant. That's when I first started doing that, is when I was pregnant with my second child. So it's possible that Shanann did sleep like that as well. So this is what Ronnie, Chris's dad, explained to FBI agent about the whole doll situation. He brought it up himself. And Ronnie asked us to look at Shanann's Facebook page. Ronnie explained 2 days ago, Shanann posted a photograph of a 5-foot tall baby doll that was lying on the couch. Ronnie said that the doll was completely covered with a sheet. Ronnie said, "I'm thinking this might have been planned." Well, yes, it was planned, but Shanann didn't take the picture. Chris did. It was Chris's plan. It was your son's plan. Damn it. He says, "I don't know." Ronnie said the caption read, "What do you say to this?" Ronnie said the sheet covered the doll's head and the only thing sticking out was the doll's feet. Ronnie said Shanann commented that Bella had put the sheet on the doll. Ronnie said a kid wouldn't do such a thing. Ding, ding, ding. FBI agent Coder asked Chris if he recalled the incident, and Chris said Shanann made fun of it and thought it was funny. So there, they don't know yet that he's the one that actually sent it to him. So he's portraying that what Ronnie is saying, that Shanann took this picture. And because now that they're dead, it looks and falls upon her lap, right? So Shanann made fun of it. Supposedly she had done it. Now she's making fun of it and thought it was funny. So that's suspicious. That means Shanann freaking did it. Well, guess what? She didn't, and I'll show you proof in a minute. So, they asked Chris if Bella did it, and he said he didn't know because he didn't recall. This is the only line that him and Nichol, when it covers up the truth, something bad with the truth, this is what they do all the time. "Oh, I can't recall this. I don't remember. Oh, what did I do during the day on Sunday, the day before the murder? I don't remember anything at all. Give me a friggin' break." Anyway, so Ronnie said he was around Bella, and Bella would only cover her baby dolls up to their stomach. Ronnie said he never saw Bella cover a doll's head like it was a body. And this is from the Discovery. This image was taken by Watt's phone, which he sent to Shanann. She replied, this is to Facebook. She took Chris's photo, put it to Facebook, and says, "Don't know what to think about this." Ta-da! Chris took this picture. It was planned, Ronnie. You're right. Now here, Shanann is telling Nicole Atkinson that Watts told her he does not want a divorce right away. Now this is a really weird thing to say, being that he had already told Nichol that he was in the process of getting a divorce. Whether that's true or not, we're not sure, because someone doesn't want to speak to get her story out. So we can only assume. But anyways, even if he did want to get a divorce, you don't say, "Oh, let's wait until let's wait 6 months to get a divorce." You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. And I'm sure that confused her a lot. Like, she's probably thinking, well, he doesn't want to get a divorce right away. Maybe I can continue to love on him, try to get him to love on me. Maybe he'll change his mind. But she has no idea that he's having the affair and what I'm about to show you. Now, this is the reason he told her he did not want a divorce right away because he had this pre-planned. And he confused the hell out of her. His plans were to kill her and his family, dispose of them as if no one would find them. Therefore, not getting a divorce right away. Not having to pay child support. Those were big motives in this. He did not want to pay for his children. That's how sick and selfish that he was as a narcissist sociopath. So here we are again, now that you know everything that happened on August 8th, including that important doll picture on August 8th, while he's seen Nichol Kessinger. That same day, motivating him to annihilate his entire family. Also, to add here, the day after their murders, let's go on to the facts of suspicious deleting from Nichol Kessinger, the mistress. So on 8/14, the day after the murders, at 3:40 p.m. in the afternoon, she found and searched for a prayer chain, trying to find the girls. Here is 14 different searches Nichol Kessinger did in her phone the day after the murders. And these were all deleted, and police were able to still get them from her phone after being deleted. So I hope you guys enjoy this video that I put together. Today is August 22nd, 2019. In case someone does plagiarize my information on this video, let me know what you guys think below. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.